There's not a
Dr. J got me right.
Really wanna know how much I'm hurting, that's for sure. Now tell me, don't bring my pain, girl. You don't really wanna know how much I'm hurting, that's for sure. Now tell me, say you hurting more than me. I think
The Key Bridge sinking. The bridge is gone. Holy hell.
We're right next to the Key Bridge.
Like, all
Never ever will I let you shit on me. I'm just a clever young nigga from the street. But I hate people so we judge your pain. He can take it, he a gangster, he don't feel no pain. Now my life is like a nightmare. I try to give my life to God, but the devil, he don't fight fair. Pretty women, they don't fight fair. They try to wear them.
The Key Bridge.
Don't get mad, cause I might stare. Just remember I'm a slight player. You know how freaky I can get. I want the pussy, cause it's right there. Know I'm wrong, and I might just go to hell for this. But that don't mean that I don't love you. Let me tell you this. Just a thought of
We're right next to the Key Bridge.
turn that ass around, let my blade start
like
stabbing you.
all them people in the
Now I lay me down to sleep. What?
And first from the American Baltimore and also from our chief of staff. And it was we know the Key Bridge. I've ridden over the Key Bridge countless times.
Hit the like button.
So many of us know the Key Bridge because it is our normal commute. This is a place that is a normal commute route for over 30,000 Marylanders every single day. And so to hear the words that the Key Bridge has collapsed, it's shocking and heartbreaking. And immediately, the first thought and the first ideas go back to what happened to the people, where what was the impact on human life. But for every single one of us who are Marylanders, the words that the Key Bridge is gone, it still shakes us, because for 47 years, that's all we've known. And so this is not just unprecedented from what we're seeing and what we're looking at today. It's heartbreaking.
Governor, could you confirm that the crew on the ship alerted authorities that it had lost propulsion and was in trouble?
We can confirm that the crew notified authorities of a power issue. Yes.
And that they had lost power on the ship.
Pray for Baltimore. Pray for me. I'm gonna pray for you.
Total of 8. 1 rescued in the hospital. 1 not in hospital, but is we communicated with that person, and then 6 that we are searching for.
And all construction workers were on the top one? With all 8 of them?
Yes, they were all related to the construction project. Yes.
We heard that multiple vehicles went into the water. Any word on how many vehicles went into the water and the condition of those people that were in the vehicle?
Not at this time.
All right, we're going to shift over here. Was there any way to shut down the bridge? Was there enough time for that distress call to trigger something like that?
Even as the boat was coming in, we had a ship that was coming in at 8 knots. So coming in at a very rapid speed. We do know that the investigation is currently going on. But I have to say I'm thankful for the folks who once the warning came up and once notification came up that there was a mayday, who literally by being able to stop cars from coming over the bridge, these people are heroes. They save lives.
Some people think this is a way for them to raise taxes in Baltimore. Could it be sabotage? I don't know, man. They don't care about Negroes, man. Baltimore is a black city.
This is going to be a long-term build.
They don't never fix shit in the hood. I don't care what city you go to.
Every facet and every aspect of our society. It is something that I can tell you we are going to get this done. We are going to make sure that this is not just rebuilt, but that we are going to rebuild in a way that remembers the people who this tragedy is impacting, and also do it in a way that honors the community that it serves. But right now, I could not give you any more estimate on timing or cost. Right now, my and all of our exclusive focus is we're just trying to save lives.
Can the mayor talk on the state of emergency locally, please?
Yes, thank you. Listen, we know the governor issued a state of emergency, but we at the local level felt the need to do that too, because there may be some things that we have to encumber with the fire department and other agencies that we'll be able to pull down support for as we all work together, again, as we're focused right now on saving lives and working through this unspeakable tragedy.
In the
interim, I know that there's obviously the focus is on the rescue and the recovery, but this is such an important thoroughfare here in Baltimore for drivers, people trying to get around. How are they going to be able to manage while that is also the problem?
Yeah, so we've also already been in touch with people about alternative routes and ways people can navigate now this tragedy has happened. I don't know if Secretary can answer that as well.
Just to give you a sense of scale, roughly about 35,000 people, they use that facility. About double that use the Harbor Tunnel, and double that again use the Fort McHenry Tunnel. So basically, there's two other options. We'll make sure that we have as much personnel out there to deal with any incidents, because as you know, that can cause some backups very quickly. And we will basically, with a lot of communication, we'll look at alternatives. We're also looking at transit alternatives.
They gonna fix that bridge fast. You know why? Because listen.
What role will the legislature play in this?
They gonna fix that bridge real fast, and they're gonna fix it efficiently with the taxpayers' money, man. And it's a shame, but they gotta have that bridge up and running. You know, that's something they can't ignore. But the ghettos in Baltimore, and the ghettos in Jacksonville, Florida, and the ghettos in Memphis, Tennessee, and the ghettos in Atlanta, Georgia, it's the same thing going on. I don't give a fuck how long you've been living there. You can go to certain parts of that city, and them streets, you're gonna have to ride over them big ass holes in it that's been there for years. Ain't nothing getting fixed in the ghetto. And if it's an all-black city like Memphis, Baltimore, Chicago, certain parts of Chicago, man, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, like New Orleans, anywhere you go in them ghettos, man, them folks ain't coming in there fixing shit. If they send somebody in there watching, they might be the feds watching y'all boys. And now that this boat ran into this bridge, man, they got to fix that. It's going to be a lot of people liable. Lives was lost. Workers. People that work for companies. Not regular citizens. I mean, regular citizens probably died in this too, but the fact that it was people that work for companies, big organizations, big tank boats, crashing into bridges, it's lawsuits coming. People going to jail, somebody getting fired. But in the ghetto, it's going to remain the same. It's still going to be fucked up. And that's why I pray for Baltimore, because y'all going to see how fast they get this bridge together.
Are there any policies, any state money that's going to be freed up in the coming weeks?
Oh yeah, no. So we are, in fact, we have our Senate President here. We have members of the legislature here. The legislature is going to have a role in all this, as will our local elected officials, as will state officials, as will the federal government. Everybody is going to have a role in terms of how we think about the rebuild.
Governor, how long do you expect shipping to be closed down through the port? Do you have any estimate in terms of the port here?
We don't at this point.
But no ships are going in or out at this time, right?
Yeah, we don't have an estimate on timeline as of yet. Our focus really is right now to make sure we're safe.
One last question. Are they able to get out at all or no?
I'm sorry, say again.
The ships the vessels that are currently docked at the port, are they able to get out or no?
The one that's captured under the is that still up? Oh, yes, that one's still up, yes.
We'll take one last question.
What's the ship being guided out by tugs, firstly? And secondly, did you just say that you issued a Mayday in enough time that you were able to stop all traffic from entering both sides, so that the only casualties we expect other workers on the bridge?
Yes, ma'am. So the investigation is still going on, so we're going to have all the full details and also all the full details about the timeline and the TikTok that took place. But we're thankful that between the Mayday and the collapse that we had officials who were able to begin to stop the flow of traffic, so more cars were not on the bridge. And I can.
There were some on the bridge, or not?
Yeah, it was cars on the bridge.
There have been reports that have been sonar that have detected vehicles at the bottom of the water. So as well as the 8 people, there could still be people trapped inside or potentially have died in vehicles. Is that correct?
I think, well, the investigation is still going on to find out exactly how many people in what situation. But the thing that we do know is that many of the vehicles were stopped before they got onto the bridge, which
many of the vehicles. You see that politic, y'all? See, I had to break down politics in these people's sentences because this is what boxers do, and Leonard Ellerby and all these. I'm sorry, I got to talk. I like to talk boxing because this is affecting people in Baltimore, but especially since Javante Abdul-Wahid, I'm sorry, is from there. I got to say about the politics, this man knows that people are at the bottom of this water, trapped inside their cars, dead. So yet and still, he avoids the answer with a politic type of style. Watch.
Which exactly how many people in what situation. But the thing that we do know is that many of the vehicles were stopped before they got onto the bridge, which
8 people, there could still be people trapped inside or potentially have died in vehicles. Is that correct?
I think, well, the investigation is still going on to find out exactly how many people in what situation. But the thing that we do know is that
what did he say?
Is that correct?
I think, well, the investigation is still going on to find out.
The investigation is still going on. He did not answer that lady's question. So let's translate. The investigation is still going on. That means, translated, yes, there are people in the bottom of that water trapped inside their cars that are dead now, unless they're super niggas, superhumans. You know? And he can't say that on TV or affirm that right now because they don't know how many people are down there underwater.
Exactly how many people in what situation. But the thing that we do know is that many of the vehicles were stopped before they got onto the bridge, which saved lives.
Saved lives. The people that didn't get on that bridge, they lived. The people that were on the bridge, they died. The people that stopped before the bridge collapsed lived, of course. But the people that died are the ones that were on the bridge.
Very, very heroic fight.
So
Thank you all very much. Thank you so much. We'll have another update later. Thank
This
you.
is a huge detail. We don't know how many vehicles. Thank you all. That's a huge detail.
They got him out of there when she asked that.
Search evidence recovery teams are on site, and we will continue to provide all those resources as long as it takes. And as the investigation goes on, we will take it to its logical conclusion along with our partners. To the people of Baltimore, to the public, I ask you to be patient as we go through this and as information becomes available to us. And lastly, I want to say thank you. Thank you to our partners. Thank you to everyone who in the FBI and counts on the FBI. We will always bring what we need to the people of Baltimore, and we are with you.
Yeah,
I'd
right.
like to introduce the Coast Guard. Good morning. The Coast Guard is still actively searching at this time. We are using response boat crews from 2 of our local Coast Guard stations, one of our helo crews from an air station in Atlantic City, and also one of our cutter crews on one of our 87-foot patrol boats.
Prayers up for everybody that was on that
Work with our
bridge.
local, state, and federal partners.
Prayers up for everybody that was on that bridge. God bless the dead if you didn't make it. Prayers up for everybody that bridge affects as far as going back and forth to work, to feed their family. Now, everybody knows that Baltimore is financially burdened because it is a black city. And you know, it's wild up there, man. And that's one of the main reasons Abdul Wahid, I got to get that right. Because I don't just want to say Tank, I'm say this man's name. Wahid, Abdul Wahid, that's where he from, G. And that's why he don't really want to be there, because it's wicked down there, you know, and it's ran by us.
During this tragedy. Thank you.
As far as you are aware, was the collapse of that bridge inevitable as that ship hit that part of the bridge?
No, we're still in the process of investigating exactly what happened. So we don't have any further details about whether or not it was inevitable.
But no structural issue with the bridge?
No, in fact, the bridge was actually fully up to code, so we had no further information about what happened.
There's all shipping in and out of the port now stopped completely. And do you have any estimate very early on as to how long it will be before shipping?
Nigga, them cars falling. I know they just like, fuck, what the hell is happening?
On timeline, because right now our exclusive focus is on saving lives. Our exclusive focus is on search and rescue.
Give us a better sense for the number, because we heard, I know Mr. Wiedefeld said one had been rescued, but earlier from Baltimore we heard that 2 have been rescued. Can you tell us the total numbers we're talking about that you're searching for, and how many have been rescued?
Well,
there are 8 individuals. 6 are being searched for right now. One is in Signa Hospital, and one is not in the hospital that we're speaking to.
So 6 unaccounted for?
Yes.
And does that involve individuals that may have been in vehicles that were water? Do we know?
We believe it's the construction crew.
Okay, so we don't think there's anyone in vehicles in the water?
No, we do not believe so.
Okay, we'll take questions right here. Take this question here.
You heard him? They asked him, do you think his water's in the vehicle? This is the politic of the game that you have to break down the sentences. He said, no, I don't believe so. So when you're in a court of law and you see these politicians on the stand and they ask them a question they know the answer to, all those guys with a lot of money, with big lawyers, all they have to say is, I don't recall. Which doesn't say you are lying. It means that you just don't remember. Maybe you have a memory issue. Maybe you just can't remember things and you have a short-term memory. You can't nobody can prove that you are lying. These are the words you got to listen to in the sentences that they say.
Governor, 2 questions. How quickly did you find out about what happened here, and what was your reaction when you heard the scale of what just occurred at that bridge earlier today?
I think it was probably within minutes of everything, less than an hour, when I know that my phone first rang. And first from the mayor of Baltimore, and also from our chief of staff. And it was, we know the Key Bridge. I've ridden over the Key Bridge countless times. So many of us know the Key Bridge because it is our normal commute. This is a place that is a normal commute route for over 30,000 Marylanders every single day. And so to hear the words that the Key Bridge has collapsed, it's shocking and heartbreaking. And immediately, the first thought and the first ideas go back to what happened to the people. Where are we? What was the impact on human life? But for every single one of us who are Marylanders, the words that the Key Bridge is gone, it still shakes us because for 47 years, that's all we've known. And so this is not just unprecedented from what we're seeing and what we're looking at today. It's heartbreaking.
Governor, could you confirm that the crew on the ship alerted authorities that it lost propulsion and was in trouble?
We can confirm that the crew notified authorities of a power issue. Yes.
And that they had lost power on the ship. Yes.
Shut down the bridge, or is that causing pressure?
Total of 8. 1 rescued in the hospital. 1 not in hospital, but is we communicated with that person, and then 6 that we are searching for.
And all construction workers working on the platform? With all 8 of them?
Yes, they were all related to the construction project. Yes.
We heard that multiple vehicles went into the water. Any word on how many vehicles went into the water and the condition of those people that were in the vehicle?
Not at this time.
All right, we're going to shift over here. Was there any way to shut down the bridge? Was there enough time for that distress call to trigger something like that?
Now, the thing that we know is that even as the boat was coming in, we had a ship that was coming in at 8 knots. So coming in at a very rapid speed. We do know that the investigation is currently going on, but I have to say I'm thankful for the folks who once the warning came up and once notification came up that there was a mayday, who literally by being able to stop cars from coming over the bridge, these people are heroes. They save lives. They save lives.
Peace. Yo.
Focuses on rescue now.
Yo, whoever is responsible for crashing into that bridge is in very big trouble. The investigation that he is talking about is who they're going to pin this responsibility on. Now, whoever owns this boat or whatever company that crashed into this boat is liable, and they're going to pay.
But looking forward, is there any vision for how long it could possibly take to move the wreckage to rebuild, how it could possibly be done? Can you look to the future ahead of all?
This is going to be a long-term
This shit is wild, man.
It's going to be a build that's going to require every...
Pray for Baltimore. Pray for the people that got to go back and forth to work and it's affected them. They got to take care of their family. You already know the black cities be already in financial burden and financial bind, man. So this going to affect more than what... And like I said, man, they going to fix this bridge faster than they fix the ghetto. And they're going to tax these people to do it. The people that's already in financial burden. Prices are going to go up. It's going to be harder to feed your children and your family, the people that are out there trying to work 9 to 5. And the niggas that's in the ghetto, it's going to get even more wild and reckless. You understand me? Because like I said, when the prices go up, the drug prices grow up. You know what I'm saying? So everything goes up. And it gets more harder to accomplish greatness when you're trying to make money for your family, when people out there struggling. You know, when you struggle, it's a dog-eat-dog world, bro.
Every facet and every aspect of our society.
Listen to the politics, though.
I can tell you, we are going to get this done. We are going to make sure that this is not just rebuilt, but that we are going to rebuild in a way that remembers the people who this tragedy has impacted, and also do it in a way that honors the community.
Hey, Just Do, I got a question for you. Because a lot of people forgot about slavery, and it's like, why y'all keep making slave movies and all that? We tired of seeing that. You know what I'm saying? We done got over that. We got money now. You know what I'm saying? These white folk can't tell us shit, man, you know. And then you fast forward to the 80s, right? And here comes the CIA and the government trying to fund a war. Nothing to do with Negroes. They're trying to fund the war. So what they do, they get a lot of cocaine and a lot of guns. And the motherfuckers act like they regular connects and they meet Negroes in the hood and turn them into millionaires. In the process, these boys are going into the hood cooking up Ready Rock and making an epidemic of crack babies. And now they say a war on drugs. Why? Why? Because that drug went into the white community and they started getting high. They didn't think little Becky was going to keep on sneaking in the ghetto, but when she kept sneaking over there, she started smoking what Leroy was smoking. And all the superstars and dope boys back then were on crack. It was cool drug to do, like, perks. But hey, man, then they said a war on drugs. They started bringing tanks in the hood. They had a crime bill. Nancy Reagan said, just say no. President Reagan know all along, nigga, we put this shit in the community. So why, oh why, can't we get reparations for that? Bill Clinton, crime bill. Joe Biden, crime bill. 100-to-1 ratio. Shout out to Trump for passing the criminal justice reform bill. I got out early because of that. And a lot of other brothers did too, but that's not enough. We're already 400 to 500 years behind. Remember, it was illegal to read. It was illegal to try to get your freedom. If you escaped, you were maybe maimed or killed or sold off from your family. It wasn't too long ago, man, when your mama and your daddy, man, probably couldn't drink out certain water fountains or drive through neighborhoods at dark.
That it serves. But right now, I could not give you any more estimate on timing or cost. Right now, my and all of our exclusive focus is we're just trying to save lives.
Can the mayor talk on the state of emergency locally, please?
Locally.
Yes, thank you. Listen, we know the governor issued a state of emergency, but we at the local level felt the need to do that too, because there may be some things that we have to encumber with fire department and other agencies that will be able to pull down support for as we all work together, again, as we focus right now on saving lives and working through this unspeakable tragedy.
Hey, look, the man that just got up there and spoke, right? He's dressed different from everybody up there, right? And I can tell you right now, I guess you can guess how he was dressed. And you can hear his accent. They said locally, right? So when he gets up there, he got the fresh cut, with the nice little, jacket, look like he can go into a club right now. You think these people really give a fuck about locally? They worried about that bridge. Because it's a lot of money and a lot of responsibility that's going to have to go into that. And they don't put that money and responsibility into the hood. So who they get to run the hood? Us. And Negroes like us, man, if we're not living righteous, man, we're going to take the money from all the sponsors and the donations people getting. We ain't going to do nothing with it. All the money the government allocates to these people, man, that shit ain't going to the hood, man. That shit going, they sliding that shit in their pockets. Straight up. I'm not trying to put no note on nobody, man, but that's a well-known track record for a lot of black people in the hood, man, when you get these politicians in these black cities like Memphis. Memphis a black city. That shit wicked down there, man. The politicians ain't doing nothing for the ghetto, and all the politicians are black.
There's obviously the focus is on the rescue and the recovery, but this is such an important thoroughfare here in Baltimore. For drivers, people trying to get around, how are they going to be able to manage while that is also going on?
Yeah, so we've also already been in touch with people about alternative routes and ways people can navigate now this tragedy has happened.
Gas prices, alternative routes.
Just to give you a sense of scale, roughly about 35,000 people, they use that facility.
Hey, yo, imagine waking up around about 5 in the morning, knowing you got to be to work at 6. If you get out the house maybe around about 5:30, you can be to work in maybe like 2 or 3 minutes before you have to clock in. Now you got to get up. If you get up at 5, you better leave the house right when you get up. Don't even brush your teeth, because it's gonna take an hour because of the alternate routes you're gonna have to take. So now you gotta adjust. Go to bed earlier. Get up at 4 in the morning. Handle your business. Leave out around about 5 just to make it to work. More gas you got to put inside your car. gas prices are gonna rise because of this. So if you paying, I don't know how much y'all pay for gas down there, up there. I know it's like $3 and something down here in Atlanta. So now imagine if that shit happened up there and y'all gas is like $3 to $4. That shit finna go up to $5, nigga. That shit finna go up $5 a gallon, G. And y'all gonna be around this, maybe even more. I don't know. It might go to 4 something. I don't know what it is now. But that shit's going up. And when it goes up, it's gonna put another financial burden in your pocket. The little shit adds up, man. And I'm just saying, man, people don't understand, boy. It's finna get worse and worse and worse. Read. Damn, boy.
Search evidence recovery teams are on site, and we will continue to provide all those resources as long as it takes. And as the investigation goes on, we will take it to its logical conclusion along with our partners. To the people of Baltimore, to the public, I ask you to be patient as we go through this and as information becomes available to us. And lastly, I want to say thank you. Thank you to our partners. Thank you to everyone who in the FBI and counts on the FBI. We will always bring what we need to the people of Baltimore, and we are with you. I'd next like to introduce the Coast Guard.
Good morning. The Coast Guard is still actively searching at this time. We are using response boat crews from 2 of our local Coast Guard stations, one of our helo crews from an air station in Atlantic City, and also one of our cutter crews on one of our 87-foot patrol boats. We will continue to work with our local, state, and federal partners during this tragedy. Thank you.
Somebody got to pay.
As far as you are aware, was the collapse of that bridge inevitable as that ship hit that part of the bridge?
No, we're still in the process of investigating exactly what happened. So we don't have any further details about whether or not it was inevitable.
But no structural issue with the bridge?
No, in fact, the bridge was actually fully up to code, so we have no further information about what happened.
Governor, is all shipping in and out of the port now stopped completely? Do you have any estimate very early on as to how long it will be before shipping can resume to the port of Baltimore?
Yeah, we don't have any estimates on timeline because right now our exclusive focus is on saving lives. Our exclusive focus is on search and rescue.
Could you give us a better sense for the number? Because we heard, I know Mr. Wiedefeld said one of them rescued, but earlier from Baltimore we heard that 2 have been rescued. Can you tell us the total numbers we're talking about that you're searching for, and how many have been rescued?
Well,
there are 8 individuals. 6 are being searched for right now. One is in taken to the hospital, and one is not in the hospital that we're speaking to.
So 6 unaccounted for?
Yes.
And does that involve individuals that may have been in vehicles that we were wondering? Do we know?
We believe it's the construction crew.
Okay, so we don't think there's anyone in vehicles in the water?
No, we do not believe so.
That's the construction crew they talking about that they recovered. And they asked about the vehicles. He said, no, I do not believe so. Because he ain't under that water. He don't know what's under there. You don't want to believe there's somebody dead under there, and you can't say it. So that's what you have to say. It's a politician thing. It's political. You can't say. That's like a hostage. You got a terrorist in there, got hostages. The negotiator cannot tell him no under no circumstances. Now they have to be political how they say things. Man, I want a helicopter. I want 2 bitches and a bag of money, 3 keys of cocaine, and a fast Ferrari, and had a helicopter and a pilot ready for me when I come out the bank. I'ma have this bitch on my side and a bitch behind me, and y'all better not shoot me. Sir, you say you want a helicopter, 2 bad bitches, some cocaine, and we can get you that, right?
It's gonna take some time. You gotta work with me. Send me out a hostage. Oh man, alright, I'ma send one of these bitches out. But y'all better get my helicopter. Get out of here, bitch. Oh! Alright, where my helicopter? And my cocaine. Sir, we're working on the cocaine right now. As far as that helicopter, we need to find a pilot. Can you give us a little time? We got you. We're gonna try our best to do everything that you have asked us. Alright, that you better, cause I'm gonna kill one of these bitches in here. What, just wait a minute. Is there any children in there? Please, just let the children go. We're gonna try our best to do everything in our power to get you what you need. And you know what he need, right, is a bullet, right? And they're gonna do their best to give it to him. So just give us the kids out of there. Alright, yeah, you know I don't kill no kids anyway. Hey, get your little bad ass out of there. Mama, get your motherfucking, I don't play that. Get out of here. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh man, how many people you got in there, man? Oh, please, man, please just take it easy, breathe. Everything's gonna be all right, man. You're gonna be in Jamaica smoking up all the good. Yeah. I ain't gonna tell you where I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? You just make sure the helicopter right. I got these bad bitches. You know what I'm saying? And I want 2 more bad bitches. When I see y'all outside, I'm gonna have them 2 on the side of me. I'm gonna have this bitch right here in front of me. I'm gonna have a bitch behind y'all. Better not shoot me. Okay. We're working on the bad bitches part right now. Now, when you say a bad bitch, what do you mean bad bitch? Like, I don't know, a bad girl, like, always gets in trouble? No, you know what I mean when I say bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Got big old booty. You know what I'm saying? Red bone. You know what I'm saying? Got a lace front. Some nice titties. She ain't gotta have no big titties. Just some nice titties. And you know what I'm saying? A little skirt on, showing that ass or some tights. You know what I'm talking about? Playing some sexy red. That's a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Don't have no job, but got all kind of money. You don't got no job, but keep money. That's the type of bitch I want you to get. Okay, sir, we're gonna get her. But just calm down. Can you send us out one more hostage? And I think we got the helicopter ready for you. All right, I'm gonna give you. Now, by the time you done sent out all the hostages, they already repeat. Okay, man, it's 3 more people in there. We gonna take a shot as soon as these people head out the door. But it's politics, man. Like I was having fun. But shots out, man, to Baltimore. Prayers up to Baltimore. It's gonna be a lot of politics coming, talking shit, talking about what they gonna do for the city. And you seen when the local people came up there, man, they got him in and out. I ain't really want to hear nothing he had to say, for real, G. And that's like any black city in America. You go to Duval County, man, and you see how them boys treat them black boys in them neighborhoods and in them penitentiaries and them county jails, man. It's still slave shit. You go to Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, a black state. I mean, a black city. You go down there, man, it's real wicked, man, as far as political. And these people ain't doing nothing for the ghettos, man. And that's a fact, Jack. And they ain't finna do nothing for Baltimore ghettos. They just gonna work on that bridge, raise taxes, and people gonna be out there downtrodden and fucked up even more than they are. And it's a shame, ain't nobody talking about that. Ain't no talk, like they say you gotta take an alternate route to work, right? Cool. But there ain't nobody talking about the extra miles you putting on your car. You know what I'm saying? You might not have a good car. Now you gotta see spend more money on bus fare, Uber. You gotta pay more money for gas if you got a car. You know what I'm saying? And if you got strikes on your job, nigga, you might get fired if you miss work. These folks don't give a fuck 'cause the bridge down. This is some slave shit, nigga. You ain't finna, nigga, you better, hey, okay, well, you gonna have a note or some shit. They gonna make you have some stipulations if you late for work and you can't make it to work. If you just can't make it to work for a few, 4 days, they might be all right, but a week, no, they might fire your ass, man. You can't afford to lose no job. So what you gonna do when you lose your job, G? The girls gonna sell the pussy. What the niggas gonna do? Shit, no, some of them niggas selling ass, but still. The niggas gonna rob. He gonna sell drugs. He gonna get in trouble. The police force gonna be in a bind. And the money, you know what I'm saying, ain't gonna be there for them.
You know what I'm saying? The government ain't gonna be able to send as much money to the station no more. Well, these niggas, you know what I'm saying, getting pay cuts. And they getting taxed too. So they gonna be extra mad when they come through the hood when they patrol. And they see these niggas out there really reckless and man can't motherfucking survive because the price is going up. Everything is affected. You know how it is, man, when they in them squad cars, they bitch done cheated on them. They come out there and take it out on you. Straight up. They gonna come out there and take it out on you, chase you down, try to, you know what I'm saying, hope that you get itchy and reach and try to shoot you or beat you up real bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit that happened to your boy up there in the back of the police wagon, that shit happened all the time. Like, before they had cameras and all that shit, they used to round us up and put us in the back and we'd be handcuffed to each other in the back of that motherfucker. So when they hit the corner, they hit that bitch hard. Nigga be having to hold on for dear life. Ain't nothing to grab on, so we gotta hold on to each other. Nigga be having their foot on the door. You know what I'm saying? Because we know the motherfucker gonna hit the brakes real hard. And when they hit the brakes, they be hoping you ain't ready. So you fall and hit your fucking face. But it just so happened that nigga broke his neck. And they had him handcuffed behind his back. And you ain't supposed to do that. See, when they put the motherfucker hit them brakes, man, that shit had you flying, nigga. So all I'm saying is, nigga, they had us handcuffed to each other, side by side, sitting on that bitch. So we was all right. We had a chain. So we could stop each other from really fucking each other up real bad. But nigga, these folks wicked, man. They been doing this shit. Just now they got cameras now. Everybody recording. Like, think back in the days, bro. They wouldn't have had that shit on camera. So they would have been able to spin the narrative any way they wanted to spin that motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? You talking about people dying on the bridge. They wouldn't, no, we don't think nobody was on that bridge. We don't think nobody was on. That's what the word would have been. We didn't have investigating. We're gonna see. But we don't think nobody was on the bridge. And then when they find out how many people, then they'll probably come out with it, man. They probably hide it. Ain't no telling, man. These folks wicked. But now that they got cameras, man, you can't hide nothing no more. That's all. This shit been going on. You just can't hide it no more. This motherfucker pull that cell phone out. It's just like a movie camera, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That cell phone now, the camera on the cell phone, you can shoot a movie with it. Fuck it. That's what you can do with it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got the actors that is willing and believing in your script, you can shoot a movie with your cell phone if you get a good editing app. You know, and that's what I'm gonna do if I can't find someone that wanna shoot the movie with a great movie camera. I'm not finna hire no hood rich nigga, no hood Tubi movie making ass nigga to film my movie when I feel like my movie is, you know, something prolific and should be filmed right. And, you know, when you do something, you got to do it yourself. You want to get it done right. And that's just the way it is, man. Because ain't nobody going to love your vision like you love your vision. That's your vision. How can someone else love your vision more than you love your vision? They can love parts of your vision or steal a little bit here and there from your vision. But they don't really love your vision because your vision is your vision and they can't think of shit like that. So they are envious. They can't create content like you create, so they are envious. They can't put sentences and words together like you can eloquently because they are envious, so they know they have to do things around your back and not in your face. Sneak dissing, you know, defaming your name, it's all a part of being successful. It's gonna happen. So when you get guys like Tank, you know they're gonna talk shit about you because you're successful. You know that your name's gonna always be mentioned because you're successful. And now that this happened, you know they're gonna tag you into everything, you know what I'm saying? Because you're successful. You're what, like in the boxing world, you represent Baltimore. And Baltimore loves you. Even though you don't want to be there, Tank, because you know how dangerous it is. You know, but that's your city. You know. And just like Bill Haney representing Oak Town. Y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying? If y'all gonna represent y'all city, man, and y'all getting millions of dollars, do like Javante did, man, and go put some properties up there. But you see what happened when he did that. Yeah, man, them folk, when they tore that man shit down, burned that shit down, bro. who would do some shit like that. Y'all probably think it's some Negroes that did it. I wouldn't put it past, but you got to think outside the box, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? The police gonna try to think Tank did it just to get the money. You got some Negroes that think a lot of Negroes did it that was hating on Tank. But like I said, man, y'all watch. I'm gonna get this video of this white boy. And remember, I said the CIA and the government brought drugs and guns into the black community and posed as dope dealers to these young black boys and made them millionaires. Shout out to the real Rick Ross. But you got to understand they was funding the war. So if they can do that then, why you think they won't do that now? All these guns in the ghetto, man. Where they getting all these guns? These kids in junior high school with, you know what I'm saying, all kind of switches, everything. They got every gun you can imagine. And then you got, you know what I'm saying, people going and checking these murder rates. You know, nobody can't, all these unsolved murders, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand that everything is possible. You might have death crews coming out there shooting black people with black face on. When they go to ask for the description, it was some niggas. They had some dreads, a dark-skinned nigga. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, between time, you got this white guy. I forget what city it was, but bank robber that used a black face mask, and he was. Hold on, here it go right here. I'm gonna play this shit for y'all.
And the teller gave us a description of a black male, 5'7", 5'8", 180 pounds.
But when police checked the bank's surveillance footage of the robbery, they realized while the suspect wasn't wearing a mask, it didn't mean he wasn't trying to conceal his face.
They found out by looking at the glove area, between the glove area and the jacket, this was actually a white male we're looking for. So initially, the call out was for a black male. Turned out to be a white male in a black face.
Now it appears the same man behind what appeared to be a textbook crime, getting in and out of the bank in about 15 seconds with a getaway driver waiting outside in a gray Ford Focus, may have outfoxed himself. The picture of the black-faced robber is spreading like wildfire on social media and to news outlets around the globe.
We're getting calls from all over. I mean, you know, to cover his face, you know, the black face, and to not cover his hands, not a very smart character, you know. But it's not a matter of if we're going to catch him, it's a matter of when. I mean, he's by no means the smartest bank robber out there.
In Perryville, Jeff Hager, WMAR 2 News.
Yo, this motherfucker painted his face. Now, that was just a motherfucker that painted his face, though. There's this other man that actually had something off Amazon, right? And he bought it. It was a blackface, and he robbed this store, right? And the police put out a description, and it was an actual nigga that got locked up for the robbery that looked like the mask. But the lady that dated the white guy that was robbing the place, seen the news and then looked over and saw the same mask in the room and called the police on his ass. I don't know if they was beefing or she was tired of his ass or what, but when they called the police, they found the mask and found out that he was the one robbing them stores, and they thought it was a black man, right? So they had to let the Negro go, and they had to pay him all kind of money and shit, bro. This is actual news, man. I'm not making nothing up. In Cincinnati, a white man who pleaded guilty to 6 robberies in Ohio used a black man's mask so lifelike that police initially arrested a black man for one of the crimes. The mother of the wrongly accused black man even thought the photo of the robbery suspect she saw on television was her son. The Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office and the attorney for the white defendant both said. Hey, man, I'm trying to tell you some real shit, man. This is something that's going on out there. So, like I said, rewind that shit. 1980, war on drugs. They got the CIA funding the war. They need money. They bring cocaine to the niggas. They say, here you go, we connect. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? Is you the police? No, man, ain't no police.
No, they ain't the police. They the CIA. They bring it into the ghettos, the guns. Watch Snowfall. It's amazing that they putting it in y'all face when we don't get no reparation for how they destroyed the community then. I know y'all forgot about slavery, but we don't get no reparation for that. How they brought the tanks in the hoods, was out there terrorizing us, having us like the pandemic lockdown. Remember the curfews? Y'all too young to remember that though. War on drugs, just say no. Then they had the crime bill. Really devastated the black community. 100-to-1 ratio. Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, all them wrote that bill. Hillary helped write the bill. Now they trying to say, okay, Trump passed the criminal justice reform. A lot of black people were released. Oh, well, you know, Obama, he really was starting to work on that, and they didn't do nothing for him. Of course they ain't gonna do nothing for him. He ain't shut the government down like Trump did. Oh, y'all ain't gonna do what I say? Okay, I'm gonna shut the government down. Damn. Well, you breeze my palm, I'm gonna breeze yours. Open up the floodgates with these motherfucking PPPs and these motherfucking niggas need these stimulus checks. Come on, man. Money, man. But see, they ain't gonna give us reparations for that. But yeah, these people, man, ain't no telling they did it then, why they can't do it now. You think where these youngsters getting all these guns from, man? These young niggas in junior high, 13, 12 years old, my nigga, with switches, all in the gym. You see them on Twitter, my nigga, they open up the book bag. Every youngster in that gym, if you ain't got no gun, you lame. You was a lame if you ain't got no fire out here now. And that's a truth and a reality and a sad fact, Jack. If you riding around this piece, any city in America, whether it's a good neighborhood or a bad neighborhood, and you ain't got no protection for you and your family, you are in the way. I promise you, 10 years from now, you'll see what I'm saying is true. Look at the trends. It happens every decade. In the 60s, we had the black revolutionaries. The revolution would not be televised. It's true. Where Farrakhan at? They took him off all social media sites. Rizza Islam. They don't want to hear that. They took my first channel. That's why I'm over here, because Part Twice gets shadow banned. I need to stop talking about this. But then in the 70s, what happened? They had the pimpers. Yeah, the pimps riding around town, checking holes, checking traps. Yeah, them Negroes are extinct now. Ain't nobody pimping on the corners no more. Then in the 80s, they brought that crack in the neighborhood. You had the dope boys and you started gang banging really. Yeah, man, all that shit, the Jerry curl wearing Negroes are gone. The niggas that was making $100,000 a week on the corner is gone. Standing on the corner at the telephone booth, acting like you're on the phone, waiting on cluckers. You can't do that. Ain't no more telephone booths out there no more. They gone. You understand me? Then the 90s came, the super gang banging and the hip hop rappers gang banging and shit, bringing all the street shit, you know what I'm saying, for real into the rap, gangster rap. You know, gangster rap, man, it's still here, but it's really gone. Niggas ain't on record, ain't on video, throwing, you know, everybody in the neighborhood wearing all red and shit, man. Like, remember that Crips and Blood song? Man, ain't nobody really doing that no more. Everybody popping pills now. The crackheads are gone. It's a new era. It's the pill and syrup sipping, lean, don't want to get no money, stay at home, play PlayStation, like go outside and kill niggas and don't lose no sleep type young niggas out here now. Yeah, niggas ain't losing sleep no more when they kill now. It's like a video game. People are desensitized. You got a 4 or 5-year-old can pick up your cell phone, put your code in and watch a porno. Yeah, man, you can watch it. If you used to have to go outside to see a homicide. Now you can just pick up your phone and you got Facebook Live murders, Twitter, all kind of, you know, drug lords online putting up executions. Children are watching this. Sex. It's nothing to talk about sex now. You go to sex education in the school now, it'll blow your mind if you see what they show them. Desensitized. The kids are wearing the same thing the mothers are wearing in Walmart. These girls are 4 or 5 years old wearing tights like their mother. Understand me? The girls are fucking their hairline up with the lace fronts now. Don't even care, because you'll never see their hairline. You just see the booty. And the fact that she can do everything good with the sex. She don't have a job, but she got money. So these are the things that are going to keep getting worse. So now, What about the 30s? The 2030s? Man, you know how long it's going to take Baltimore to recover from this? They're going to fix that bridge, but they going to put the repairs in the hood on the back burner now. If they was about to fix them fucked up streets over there in Baltimore, not right now. Yeah, man, travel a whole bunch of 1,000 miles down south to Jacksonville, Florida, man. You go to Springfield, that neighborhood right there is historic. You know why? You remember that movie Glory, the 54 Regiment? Yeah, that's where them boys used to live at. They had a station down there in Jacksonville, Florida, man. And when the war was over, the people that survived that, man, took home and took refuge in Jacksonville in that area. Got historic houses down there. Huh? And man, they don't fix nothing up over there. That shit is fucked up. Anytime you drive through there, boy, you better ride slow. Especially at night, because you can't see them holes in the street. They ain't gonna never fix them. They don't care. The houses ain't shit no more. Nigga up there smoked that, shitting all on the side of the house and shit. You go in some of them halls, man, smell like piss every day. They ain't finna fix that for what? Negroes live there. Niggas. So, man, yeah, that bridge is affecting a lot, and it's going to affect a lot of people's pockets. Alternate routes. Of course, I got to go wake up earlier than I was just to get out the house to make it to work on time. And if I don't have a car, man, the alternate bus routes, man, Jesus. Oh, man, what about, you know what I'm saying, the people that got to go and re-up and get the motherfucking drugs. Now they got to go through the white neighborhoods, man, and get a chance of getting pulled over. Oh, it's going to be ugly, man. The drug price is going to rise. The junk is going to be more desperate. Man, it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit, but it's going to be wild. I'm talking about you want to make a movie, just post your phone up outside, man. Just push record, boy. Boy, the cell phone, the worst thing them folks could have did, man. That's going to cause a grand indictment on our community. Because niggas don't care what they record. They want to go viral. And I'm telling you, man, they had the war on drugs. How about a war on crime? Pretty soon. Keep letting them record themselves. Killing online, showing their guns, showing all the money they got. How you getting that money? You got scammers trying to buy Hellcats and getting arrested. People going in grocery store with grocery bag carts, running out that bitch, stuffing it in their trunk. You can't even stop them. If you try to stop somebody from doing that, you get fired. So imagine that in 10 years from now. Hey, listen, I got this show that I wrote called Robot Wife, and I'm trying to put it together. But it's set in the future. And when they bring these AI robots over here to take over the factory jobs, man, a lot of people gonna be out of work. And like I said before, man, think it's a game. They already got them in Amazon. I think over there at this warehouse, man, they got robots doing the jobs with the humans side by side and shit. And you see videos in China, they already got them in their factories. So you got one side, all robots doing work, and the other side, you got the ladies over there doing the same thing. And I'm talking about, ain't no talking about, ooh, I'm tired. Man, what you doing tonight? Ain't none of that. They working. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying, take a piss break. Ain't no complaining about the pay. Ain't no, man, I'm trying to find another. Ain't none of that. So when they bring them, they perfect them, and they bring them over here, you got to understand that they're going to take over certain sections of jobs that people going to lose. And it's going to be justified because they already putting them in there. Go to the grocery store, man. How many people you see at the checkout counter, man, they going to the self-checkout. Those are robots. They're just not advanced now. Pretty soon they're going to replace the people that's checking you out. When you want to, I always go to the people. I try not to go to self-checkout because I want a human to interact with me. And pretty soon, man, 20, 30 years from now, we might have no, man, you go to the hotel, it's going to be an AI robot. Hey, how you doing? How many people do you, oh, I see you have 3. Your room is 516. I'm telling you, G. You heard Ryan Garcia say he invested in some AI robots. They putting it in your face. Look at iRobot. Look at the Terminator. Look at the Jetsons, the cartoon. They had this back in the 70s. Flintstone, they had Martians. You understand what I'm saying? So it's always been in our face. Star Wars. Once the sun is too close to the earth and it destroys the earth, they already looking for other places to inhabit. Because they know in maybe about a billion years,
maybe a million years. Who knows? The earth is going to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So they need to find somewhere to inhabit and keep life going on, right? So these people are thinking billions of years in advance, because if you go in and just, all the 2024 Google heads just love to Google, right? But these are the same questions that people were asking before they had Google. Like, what would happen, you know what I'm saying, if the world explode? Where would people live? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what if the sun really fucks up the earth, and where would people live? You know what I'm saying? So you see the movies like Star Wars, man, they out of space, traveling space, lost in space. You got to be up there. Can't be down here. On Earth, it's getting worse and worse. That's all I'm saying. So they done figured it out. They just ain't gonna put it out there. It's not ready yet. They can't do it on Mars. Or maybe they can, we don't know. They can't do it on Jupiter. The atmosphere is not right. They can't do it on Uranus. I think there's too many storms there. Storms that devastate any human, even in America. They can't do it on certain planets, you know, especially further away from the sun. But if the sun explodes, we need something alternate for heat to grow, to cultivate, you know. And our skin complexion might change. Everybody might be the same color. Like, if you have no sunlight, you know what I'm saying? That is the key. So the sun, we don't have the sun anymore, then what do we do? You know, everything started with darkness anyway. Out the darkness came the light. So if it goes back to that, we gotta find other planets to inhabit. And that's what these people are thinking, billions of years ahead of time, like ultimate chess players. Like, we think 2-3 moves ahead, but these people are thinking like they already know that certain asteroids might hit the Earth, so they're trying to figure out how they can put space stations up there to prevent that. They sent a satellite out maybe 30 years ago, and I think it's just now reaching maybe I don't want to say Pluto. I got to look that up. I seen a video where they on 60 minutes, and these satellites are just now reaching certain planets, taking pictures, scouting, seeing what's going on out there in the solar system. You know, you got Russian satellites out there with American satellites. You know, they landed on the moon first. They went out of space first. They blast off. I don't want to say they went on. They made it to space before America, and there was a movie about that. You know, the black woman figured out how to make the material last without burning up before, you know, it reaches the space. And it's just gonna be worse. Like, you see it get hotter and hotter every year, and the storms get worse, and it's like global warming, and that's why they really don't want Trump in office, because he don't give a fuck about the shit going back to green. He wanted to go back to where it used to be, you know, with coal and all that shit, but that's gonna put more pollution in the air, and that's the only knock that I see on Trump. Other than that, he for the niggas that's getting money. You want to bring back them jobs, man. Get motherfuckers into small businesses and start your own business, because that's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? I had an issue with a guy because, you know, I was like, yo, let's do the boxing classes out here, man. You know, you be in the clubs and shit. You know, you can put the word out, you know. We can go out here on the Saturdays, man, charging, you know, per head. We can split it. Man, let's go to what's name shit and then promote it there. I'm like, man, let's start our own movement, man. I don't want to ride nobody else's wave, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? These Negroes do that shit here in Atlanta, man. They want to ride other people's waves instead of, you know, starting their own movement, G. And, you know, I'm just from a different cloth. Like, I can't ride nobody else's wave, man. If I see something that I'm doing and another person doing, I take homage to it, but I don't like that shit. We come from an era where we don't bite. You know what I'm saying? We don't bite people's styles. You know what I'm saying? You try to create your own style and be original, even though ain't nothing new under the sun. But you still have to find ways to alter shit to make it yours, and you're coming from your spirit and your soul. When you see these big YouTube channels, man, taking your ideas, you can't really say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a show called, you know what I'm saying, Who Will Be the First to Lose? Then I see the shit like 2 days later, like, same title, Who Will Be the First to Lose? I'm like, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I push the thumbs up on that shit. And we both inspire each other, you know what I'm saying? But I don't mean I would do it. You know what I'm saying? I probably change the title of my shit if I seen another nigga with it. Like, it's like walking in the club and you see another nigga wearing the same outfit you wear. Man, I'm gonna be hot. I might turn around and leave that motherfucker. I don't want bitches be looking like, damn, y'all niggas together? No, Jesus. Fuck no, man. I'm gonna be hot. You know what I'm saying? Especially if my homeboy buy some shit that I bought. I'm like, damn, nigga, what the fuck kind of zesty shit that is? Nigga, what you fucking, man, nigga. I might get a shirt to a little nigga or something. I ain't fuck that. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why all the rappers don't dress alike no more. Remember back in the days, man, you see the whole crew dressed in all like NWA dressed in all black. Everybody wearing the same fit, or same style, same color, coordinating like a motherfucker. No, man, my favorite color black, but I just, you know, I can't see all my homeboys coming out unless we rob 'em. And you wear all black, yeah, okay, it's cool, but you out there just partying, kicking it, everybody wearing the same shit, man, get out of here. That's weak. I never been like that, and I don't subscribe to that copycat shit. Well, you know, we got an issue going on, man, and that bridge is gonna really affect more than what people think it's going to affect. G. That bridge is gonna affect the community, the black community, man. That bridge is gonna affect the hard-working people in Baltimore, G. That bridge is gonna affect the people that ain't got no cars, man. You talking about the people that can drive back and forth to work. What about the people that got to take public transportation, Uber, and all these other Lyft services, man? The price is gonna go up because the company's gonna raise. Man, they diabolical. They don't care about your plight. They see chances to get money. They gonna raise their prices in the ghetto, especially, man. Gas stations. You know what I'm saying? So what you was paying for gas definitely gonna have to go up. They already saying it. In the comment section, you look at any one of these these YouTube pages, man. You go to any one of their pages, man. They reporting live on the scene, G. They talking about it. They like, man, they finna tax the people. They finna tax the people now. That's a prime way to tax your ass, man. Get some more money out you, Negro. We got to pay for this bridge, man. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna take away from the hood the shit y'all supposed to fix over here. It's gonna be an excuse to postpone that again. You know, y'all been postponing fixing the hood all around America for like 40, 50, 60 years, G. Man, these hoods ain't never gonna get worked on, man. And if they do get worked on, man, it's because, hey, they trying to gentrify that shit. Like they did New York, what it was, Harlem. You had Bill Clinton up there, man, playing saxophone. You know what I'm saying? The hood, G. I think he had an apartment up there. You know, historical black cities, man. So they're either gonna gentrify these historical black cities or they're gonna let it do what it do. In Baltimore, they're gonna let it do what it do. And that's what they've been doing, man. You see the black police force up there. They should be good, right? No, man, the niggas so hard on each other, man. You get a black officer, you know how it is when you get even in the work world, you get Negroes a position of power, man. They be abusing that shit, G, because sometimes them niggas don't be the boss in their own house. And they got a bitch probably talking shit to them every day. It's crazy, man. It's wicked. They come to work, they got some niggas they can talk shit to now. Yeah, I got the power, nigga, in here. Can't tell me shit. That's what this bitch be telling. For real, man. Or these niggas came up with a mama that was real dominating. You know what I'm saying? And they take the traits of their mother.
Holy hell.
You got a lot of gangsters out there take traits of their mother, man. Cause look at the average black woman in the ghetto, man. They don't take no shit and they'll, you know what I'm saying, hit you and you bet not hit me back type shit. And beat your ass and swing on you, bust your car window, do all kind of gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? You get that same little young boy that see his mother doing that shit all his life. He gonna grow up and be that way with testosterone inside his body, though. That's the difference. And these youngsters got guns galore. So ain't no more fighting. You know what I'm saying? That's why I shout out Baltimore for having that boxing gym, G. You know, but certain cities in the South, man, they ain't got no boxing gyms down here, dog. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got none in these communities down here, G, for the young black youth. And that's the advantage of living in a city like Baltimore, man. Because they got the Upton gym. Even in Philly, they got boxing gyms. You know what I'm saying? Ohio, they got boxing gyms. These are states that have and possess these type of things for young black youth. When you come down south, my nigga, ain't nothing. Nigga, the gym is the streets. You hear me? When you got niggas play football down here, man, but I'm talking about like going somewhere to fight and learn self-defense. And the only way these niggas learn how to fight is in school when they fighting each other. But then now, shit, you fight a nigga now, boy, you gonna have to watch for the strap. Even in high school. So, like I said, in Chicago, if you ain't got no gun, you lame in high school, bro. Shit, hell, in some junior highs, man, you ain't got no fire, boy, you lame. And that's a sad truth, G. So, any black city, I don't care what black city you go to, especially Baltimore, it's downtrodden, man. The politicians are all black. All the politicians are black up there. City councilman, the mayor, police chief, police department, black. You got a few white people here and there, man, but you know what time it is, man. Y'all getting allocated all this money, man. The ghetto still fucked up, G. You see what I'm saying? But now you got this here done happen with this bridge, man. Now watch where that money get allocated to. It's a priority now. And somebody got to pay. So whoever they talking about, they investigating, they trying to find out who they gonna get this money from. You know what I'm saying? Who's liable? How the fuck you driving 8 knots and crashing into a bridge? What the fuck was you Negroes doing? Or whoever was driving that boat? What y'all was doing on that boat? To make y'all lose control, call Mayday, saved a few lives. But the people on that bridge, man, they still under that water. You know, and these politicians ain't gonna say that on camera. They gonna say, I don't believe so. Believe, don't put believe into that sentence. We break sentences down over here. You know, the lady asked them a specific question and they went right into another direction. That's called politicking, you know. And a lot of people don't understand politics. If your ear ain't trained, they'll tell you one thing, but really be saying another. And if you're not trained, you'll believe what they say, like a sheep. So when they say the people go under that water, and you think people are still trapped under that water, the first thing this man says, well, we're still investigating. And by them calling a Mayday, there were people that stopped, that saved lives. Well, hold up, that ain't what I asked you. I say, is there people under that water? And see, but they'll keep talking. See, I just stopped. They'll keep talking, so you'll get off a point, then they'll go to another talking point, and then they'll turn down 3rd Street and go to that talking point, and they'll hit the gas, and then make a hard left and go down Moncrief. And then by the time they get to these different streets, man, you done forgot about the question that you done asked. And now you want to ask something else because you know your time is short and they finna pull this motherfucker off the podium. But instead of asking the same question, they ain't gonna let you ask the same question. They're gonna go to another person's question. Now, if everybody asking the same question, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna put a hand on the man's back and walk him and escort him out of there. So by them asking that question and you saying, well, is there people underwater? Do you think there's cars that went underwater? And your answer is, well, we're still investigating. But by them calling Mayday, that prevented a lot of casualties and people from getting on the bridge, and that's what we're concentrating on, rescuing and saving lives. Come on, man, you didn't answer that question, G, and that's a sad fact that's politics. And everybody politics now. Everybody, even in everyday life, even in boxing, you know, you ask a boxer, you ask Bill Haney, matter of fact, he's one of the politicians that's not a good politician, but you can tell he's politicking because he gets caught in a lot of lies. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got smear campaigns in politics, even in real life, like presidential politics, where they'll put out something that'll smear your name. Like when he put out Javante's mug shot, that's a smear campaign. That's politics. That's only politics. You know, people gonna laugh at it. Some people not gonna like it. So you got Democrat, Republican. You got two sides. It's all about whatever side you're on. I don't like that shit. Like, I put my own mug shot out and I dropped my own criminal record. You know what I'm saying? For nobody else to do. So yeah, my shit is an open book. You know, I was a career crime. I was affected by the crime bill of Bill Clinton, where he wrote with Joe Biden. You know, and I was affected by the criminal justice reform that Trump passed and got out a little early, man. You know, so I was affected by both of these presidents. But you know, it's politics. Like, Trump don't give a fuck about niggas just like Bill Clinton don't give a fuck about niggas. And that's a fact. But he care about people that getting money. And if you getting money, then he fucking with you. So that's how a lot of people are, black folks are. If you got money, man, they gonna fuck with you. If you on top, they gonna fuck with you. If you on the bottom, man, yeah, all right, whatever. I hear you. I ain't gonna hit the like button for this nigga. He's a poop putt. He ain't nobody. But we kicking game, we kicking flavor, man. I'm tickling your ear. Pause. I gotta say that in 2024. Back in the days, players could say that type of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me rap a taste to you. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, niggas want searching people's sentences for homosexual connotations. It's crazy now. That's why I say you gotta watch the trends and see how it's changing and expect more change to come. Because nothing never stays the same. Nothing never stays the same. It's gonna always continue to evolve. For the better or the worse. For the better or the worse. So you see how they over-sexualizing women. You don't see no female rappers out there rapping positive. They got to be either twerking or prostituting. No more black positive black male rappers, really. If they are, they're not in the limelight considered, you know what I'm saying, lit. Ain't nobody really riding around listening to J. Cole, except my daughter. She loves J. Cole. Ain't nobody, you don't hear that shit in the clubs for real, man. All you hear is murder music now. You know what I'm saying? You hear murder music. What's the young nigga that just got sued by the motherfucking Minnie Riperton? That loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. Do. Face ass. Yeah, he stole that song, right? And put a song on top of it. It's, you know what I'm saying? If you listen to it, you know, I ain't no hater of this shit. It had you bopping your head, but everything he was talking about was like killing. You know what I'm talking about? And the people that, the lady died, God bless her dead, but that song was a classic, so he used it. He got to pay them folks. I think like 20 million just to get it dropped if you want to release that song, man. They like, no, we put a stop on that. Now, if you would have came to us and got permission, man, we might would have charged you something a little less, but no. You can't put no murder music. That's what they listen to now, dog. So we was listening to murder music too, but we had other music, man, out there that was flooding the stations that they was trying to filter out and just have only murder music, but it still was there back then. Like Goody Mob, nigga. You know what I'm saying? 1 million niggas inside. You can't break me, even if you try. They don't want that type of music on the airways no more, y'all. I'm telling you. Soul Food, all them was classes. You know, Outkast, Aquemini, Public Enemy, Fight the Power, Ice Cube when he left in WA. Oh man, you know, they really on Cube. Cube is underrated, G. Y'all don't listen to the Death Certificate. I even listened to America's Most Wanted, man. Think about like, okay, he was trying to flip the script even then. So they don't want that there no more. If you ain't talking about drilling and killing or prostituting and looting, you ain't gonna pop. I'm telling you, all female rappers today, listen to all their catalog, G. If you hear anybody positive, they gonna put them on the back burner. You got some people that listen to it, them the small pieces of the pie. It's the trend, G. So the way the trend going is only getting worse if you look at the trend. It started from Black Power, my brother, and now it's on down to, man, miss me with that black shit. You hear somebody talking about uplifting their people, man, they rather hear about a homicide or talk about some niggas that was, you know what I'm saying, some hoes fucking off last night, you know. Niggas ain't talking about getting together on these YouTube pages and putting on events, you know what I'm saying, starting a little business, making a little money, man, in each city, man. Y'all niggas collide and come together instead of beefing with each channel, man. It'll be more money, you know. everybody on each other's panel ain't beefing, but you can't stop a nigga from beefing if they got a different opinion nowadays. So I can't, you know what I'm saying, say I want to see Tank fight nobody no more because they'll feel like I want him to lose. But in actuality, I want to see this nigga like Coach Calvin and all them say, you ain't seen the best of Tank yet. You know, you ain't seen, well, we ain't gonna never see it because, you know, he ain't gonna put him in there with the people we want to see, G. And we understand why. You know it's the money game, G. And Coach Kenny and everybody, even Leonard Ellaby, he definitely stamped it and said that, you know, it's on Tank terms or no terms, bro. So if you want to get a fight with Tank, you're going to have to wait for him to call you because it's whatever he say goes, G. Because he the ball, he the face of boxing. So that's what niggas got to deal with. And niggas don't like that shit because niggas like to be in power. So you get motherfuckers like Shakur, he's frustrated, he can't get a fight. He talking about retiring. You know, shit young niggas say and do, and that's how they feel. When you get older, man, you'll look back on this shit and you're like, damn, I shouldn't have did that shit. But hindsight is a motherfucker. That don't mean you flaw. That mean at the moment you was flawed. And you fix your flaws. You understand what I'm saying? So if you do some flaw one day, you try the next day to fix it. You don't keep doing the same flaw shit every day. It's like slapping a motherfucker and be like, oh, my bad, I thought you was somebody else. And then tomorrow you see that motherfucker, you slap that nigga, you be like, oh, man, I thought you was somebody else, man. You look just like this nigga. I can't let you do that no more. You fix your flaws, man. You understand what I'm saying? So that's all I'm trying to say with that. But as far as fixing shit, they is not finna really take precedence on the ghetto no more. They finna concentrate on this bridge, man, raise a few taxes, man, make it hard on the working man up there now. You know, you say alternate routes. Oh, we're gonna, you know, post alternate routes for people getting back and forth to work. Bro, them alternate routes, man, might take you somewhere way out your way. Gas prices going up. You gotta fill that tank up even more. You know, it's already hard out here, man. And when I say hard on the yard, boy, it's hard, nigga. You got some jobs don't even care that you got issues with your transportation. And some Negroes already got points on strikes on that shit. You understand me? So you miss too many more days or be late too many more times, man. Hey, man, you gonna have to get up a little more earlier and make it to work, brother. We can't, you know, we can't keep letting this go. I understand this is a bridge down, man, but we giving y'all maybe a 30-minute grace period. But after that, man, you know, y'all gonna have to take yourself to bed a little early at night, man, and get up instead of at 5 in the morning, get up at 4 in the morning. You know? Yeah, man, you're gonna have to come out your pocket a little more. The crime gonna rise. Because the drugs gonna rise just like the gas price is gonna rise. And the junk is gonna be more desperate. And you know, it's gonna be hard. Everything is affected. The police force gonna be mad because all the money ain't finna get allocated to the local police department no more. And the local politicians, they understand they ain't gonna get all their greed, they palms greed like they usually do. You know, you got these people already getting out their cars and their squad cars every day, having issues in their own household, taking it out on niggas in the neighborhood. And you know how it is when you get Negroes power over other Negroes, man. It's a sad fact. It's the brainwashing from slavery, the Willie Lynch theory. A lot of people don't. I told a young nigga, man, look up Willie Lynch. He's like, who the fuck that nigga is? You don't teach your children about Willie Lynch before they start going to school and anything. That should be one of the requirements for every black household is to teach your children the Willie Lynch theory because that's what's going on. And you see all these black politicians, man. Look at what's going on down here with Fannie. Man, hey, listen, man, she locking all these niggas up, man, but look, living fire. But we knew this from the jump. You know, she ain't no different. She just got a power position. She's still a hood rat, if you ask me. Like, you doing their job, man, and you really good at it. You know what I'm saying? Prosecuting Negroes, you know. The slave catchers catch them, put them in the cell, send them back to slavery, and you prosecute them right into that plantation. Good job, baby. You in all in courtroom on live TV talking crazy to the judge. because you got that much power. You know, I hate to say it, but I have yet to see a white woman get on stand like that and act like she act, man. We applaud that shit. That's really embarrassing how she was acting, man. And the fact that all the lies she was trying to just like, that ain't nothing. Like, man, come on. The average man can't get on court and say the things she was saying and get away with it. But we know what it is. But back to Baltimore, man, yeah. And you see Tank didn't even want to be there while he was on his home detention, man. For what? This city is dangerous, bro. Memphis, Tennessee is dangerous. A lot of black neighborhoods all over America are dangerous, and that's why when you get money, you're supposed to get out, right? That's what he did. And the lady sent him back. Why? Because she know he don't want to be there. And she know it's dangerous living there. Do she care? No. Power. You gave that woman power over this young black nigga. I'm going to make his life hell, but you can't prove it because it's politics. She ain't actually say, yeah, fuck this nigga. I'm finna put his ass right back in the ghetto. She can't say that. She'll never say that. And you can't prove it. You can't prove racism. You can't prove that white man racist. Because he took your overtime from you and you ain't did nothing. Like, damn, why I can't get no? Well, man, it's production. You know, I mean, you gotta get your production up, man. You know what I'm saying? I put you on overtime, man. We gotta take the top workers and put them on the overtime. Oh man, get out of here, man. All right, I'm gonna get my production. You get your production up, you still ain't getting your overtime. Oh man, you know we're getting cut short, man. We already filled the slots, man. Maybe next week. And just keep spinning until you either quit or cuss him out, go to HR, find another job. You know what I'm saying? That's the simple as that. And a lot of people do the alternate route and cuss the man out. Now you fired and you can't get no job nowhere else because you got cussing out on your record. You can't control your temper and your emotions. I'm sorry, it's the truth. It took a long time for me to understand that I'm very emotional, and a lot of men don't want to admit that. But it's because I was raised by a very emotional person, man. This lady, I done seen this lady beat people up in front of me and made them iron their clothes for work. I'm sorry, Regina. That's my mama. My mama beat Gwen up, man. I don't even know if Gwen's still living, man. But I was little. And Gwen tried my mother on some gay shit. And my mama, I seen her put the hands on her. You know, my mama had 9 brothers and sisters. She was like a tomboy, but she got hard-ass knuckles like me. And I seen her pop, 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 bitch. I'm pop, 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 bitch. And iron my motherfucking clothes. So I gotta go to work. Had that big old hoe, iron, big old red lady. Ironing her clothes, crying and shit, G. You grew up watching women like that, man. And you be scared of them. I was scared of my mama, man. I remember we go to church, man. I know I done did something wrong. I know she got a quick jab. I know it's coming. I'm sitting in the corner of the car trying to squeeze by the window. We get to a red light. Whop! Real quick, snap jab. Slap the shit out me for something I did last night. You know, my reflexes was on, so I knew it, but I had to act like that shit. She catch me, I rolled right towards the window. Pop, but it still catch me on the top of my head. Man, listen, my mama, I credit my mama for my reflexes, nigga. My mama had a fast jab, nigga. She'll be driving. I be in the passenger seat. She quiet as hell. Got that church music playing. We on the way to Alpha. That's when we was living in Memphis. We would go to Alpha Church. She'll be riding. We'd get close to Macklemore. Next thing I know, I see a real. I know it's coming. I can feel it. I'm scared to death. I'm a little boy. Wow! Just that fast. And some shit. She started talking about the shit I did last night, man. I'm like, I be crying, you know what I'm saying? That shit be hurt, man. She hit me with them knuckles, man. I seen my mama fight, though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people talk shit, and they mama be talking all that shit and be cussing niggas out and all this shit, but they ain't never seen their mama fight. And especially, they ain't never seen their mama fight and whoop a bitch ass bigger than them. I done seen all that, though. So, when you got boys growing up watching that, man, they take on their mother's trait but not realizing you got testosterone inside you, bro. So when you take that shit out there to the street and try to act like your mama all emotional and shit, nigga gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? Cause niggas ain't fighting no more. And that's why I like the Upton gym. Like they got that boxing gym up there, teaching them young boys how to fight. And that's why I do what I do down here, man. I train kids for free as well. But I've been doing that because I love kids, man. I always try to show kids how to hold their hands, get in the right proper stand, stay tight, and throw a 1 and a 2. You know what I'm saying? That's the basics, you know, step back, pivot, all that, right? But you got some kids, you be like, put your set up. And they'll put their set up, it'd be like a girl. They don't know how to fight. They ain't never really fought nobody for real. And you have to straighten their hands up, tighten their stance, so you have to do, you know, position them with your hands and shit. It's crazy. But these young niggas got straps. And they ain't gonna play with you. Ain't no tussling unless they jumping you. If you got about 4 or 5 on, they might fight then. It's just one of you. But nah, even then, they still might shoot you. It's crazy, man. It's wicked out here. And I went to Jacksonville like 3-4 months ago see my mama, man. And we was at off 28th and Moncrief, dog. We was over there finna stop at a little chicken spot. My girl inside, you know what I'm saying? She got the strap in her purse. My homeboy got the strap. I ain't got no strap. You know what I'm saying? But these two got the strap. We see the legit ride on the bike past us. He got to be like 9 or 10, right? He got the stick hanging out his side, the motherfucking the clip so motherfucking long. My dog like, look, I had been Pete. I'm like, God, that little nigga probably 9 years old. He rolled to the fence, passed the strap over the fence to another little young nigga. He had to be like 9 or 10. These little nigga run off with the gun. All the while, across the street, the police parked back in the cut. He ain't stopping nothing. It's a crackhead in the middle of the street. She got a remote control car, driving that shit. Like, where the fuck you get a remote control car, bitch? Her wig turned sideways, man. It's fucked up in the hood, G. All the while, if you put a drone up in the air and you see how the hood is designed, especially the ghetto in Jacksonville, it's all designed to trap you in there. And if they call martial law, man, they can corner all that shit off and have you niggas roped off. And ain't nothing you can do. The ghettos got a lot of fences around them. Ain't nowhere to escape. One way in, one way out type hoods. You know what I'm saying? Easily to, you know, regulate. And I'm telling you, that war on crime gonna come. They did a war on drugs, and it was their fault. Y'all did a war on drugs, and y'all the ones that put the dope in the hands of niggas like Rick Ross and thousands of other young niggas back in the 80s. And now everybody, you got crack babies out there, you got niggas gang banging, killing, PCP, all kind of drugs, man. Open floodgates. Now you want to do something about it with the crime bill, 100-to-1 ratio, affecting nothing but Negroes. And you telling me you can't give us no reparations for that either? All right, bet. Leave us alone, and that's what they gonna do. Pretty soon, man, it's gonna get so reckless and lawless, man. You know, you ain't gotta have no permit to carry no gun in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta have all that shit down here. You just buy your gun and it's yours, you know? And in Florida, they got the stand your ground law. And you know they ain't make that law for us. Because shit, 9 times out of 10, well, I say 8 times out of 10, Negroes with guns down there, they are not registered. So even if you're defending yourself, you're going to go to jail, sir. But they made that law for people that are law-abiding citizens that carry firearms. And if their life feels threatened, they can shoot you. God forbid if you on their property. They will shoot you dead down there. And you know who it was made for. Look at the motherfucking governor down there. He trying to take the teaching of slavery out the school system. Yeah, NAACP issued a travel advisory for black people traveling to Florida. You 2024 Google heads be Googling everything else except that. I told my girl before we went down to visit my mama, I say, hey man, these are different type of white people down here, watch them. She wanted to go out to eat. I say, let's go get some smoothies. She was like, nah, I want to go in there. Now, my mother stay in a nice neighborhood. You know, it's predominantly white. So the restaurants out there cater to them. So I was like, listen, before we go in here, be careful. I'm going to go get a table sitting facing the door. I shouldn't have never did that. because I always stand behind my girl so I can see what's coming and protect her from the blows from the back. But I left, and whoever got behind my girl, she keep a purse on her shoulder, but she had the fucking purse unzipped. They pickpocketed her, took her wallet out the purse, took her cards and her money out the purse, put the wallet back in her purse on top of her Glock, left the place. I'm getting the table set because it's a nice view. She comes over and say, "You got my wallet?" I was like, "No, what happened?" Immediately after she said that, a notification went off on her phone advising her that someone was trying to use her card at an electronics store. So she immediately say somebody has her card. I say, "Damn it, I told you." But then immediately I blame myself for leaving my girl's side. And any woman out there say that she don't need no man, they are misguided. Because if I was there, that would not have happened. But by the fact that she was alone, she was vulnerable, and she was easy pickings. Because, you know, that's what it is, and that's the truth. So she called the police, made a report, and they shut the car down or whatever. And you know what the police said? He was like, "Ma'am, I'm here right now because somebody else in this area just got the same thing happen to them, and they're spending the car trying to use that same at that same place as we speak." So these people were out there just hitting people randomly. You understand what I'm saying? Pickpocketing them. And I told her about that before we walked into the restaurant. But you know, the sheep will listen to anything if it sounds good to their ear. But when the truth comes out, the devil starts hiding. Just start telling the truth to any woman, and you know she'll like, "I don't want to hear that." I'm telling you, bro, they do not want to hear that. So you got a lot of men out there like that. When the truth comes out, they don't want to hear that. It ain't really their fault, man. It's just who raised you, you know. And my mother seen at the age of 11 and 12 that she couldn't really keep control of me. So she sent me to stay with my father, which was a noble idea. But the bad part about that, when she sent me to stay with him, it was at a time that gangbanging was at an all-time high in Chicago. So she sent a young 11, 12-year-old up there, and that's when they really recruit you. Young, because you do crimes, they just send you to the Audi home, and you can get out the next day. So why not get the youngster to sell the dope for us? You can have a pack on you, get out the next day. You got the gun on you, okay, you get out the next day. You blow your hammer, you get out the next day. Or you sit a week or two, your mama can't make it down there. But yo, I went out there and really was a house nigga, because I ain't know nobody up there in Chicago. I used to go back and forth to the summer, but it was only with my family, you know. So I was born there, but my mother left my father and took me down south. So when I'm going back and forth, at least he tried to keep me in his life, and I appreciate that. But it's the city that I was living in. And as a youngster, you want to look up to your father, but if he ain't no street nigga, you going to look up to whoever out there doing it, getting money. My father was struggling. A lot of black kids don't look up to their father if they struggling. But if their father is out there doing something outstanding constantly in their lives and always doing something for them, they look up to them. I looked up to my uncles more than I looked up to my fathers, God bless the dead. But one thing I have to say about him, he was a worker. He wasn't no street nigga. And I didn't respect that back then. Everything is backwards. My uncles, street niggas, hustlers, gangsters. Daddy, everybody on his side of the family, street niggas, gangsters, hustlers, except my father. And I know that's why my mother picked him. But hey, is there something bad about that? No. But as a child, you don't recognize that because of the way the world tends to see what is lame and what is not lame. And like I said, right now in 2024, if you go to any school in Chicago, if you're a high school student and you're a black man or a young black man, and you don't have a gun to show off, you're considered lame. You ain't got no file up there, you considered lame, and that's crazy. Like back in Jacksonville, back in the 90s, if you didn't smoke dirties, that was considered lame. And I used to tell my homeboy, I was like, "Shit, you might as well call me lame, because I ain't putting no fucking cocaine in no weed, smoking that shit, G." But you know, you got niggas like rappers like Trick Daddy. He promote that shit, man. Smoke boom. You know what I'm talking about? Rapper Gunplay, all the Florida rappers, they promoted that shit back in the 90s, man. And you had a lot of young niggas following suit because, you know, they want to be like their favorite rapper. So now who the favorite rapper they want to be like, you know? And it's mainly niggas that pop pill, drill rapper. These niggas talking about killing ain't never killed nobody. Now you got niggas in drill rap that really killed people, and they really look up to them because they certified killers. Oh man, yeah, them other niggas fake, but he really do kill people. I want to be just like him, because my daddy go to work every day, and you know, I don't really respect that nigga. He be trying to tell me what to do. I go to my mama's house, he can't tell her what to do. She be telling him what to do. Calling him all kind of pussy niggas and everything. Fuck that nigga, man. That nigga he ain't nothing but a child support check. Me. Nigga ain't in my life. But the actual fact is, your mother probably was a demon. And the niggas don't want to be around that bitch. And there'll be a lot of cases in these situations, man. But nobody don't want to talk about that. Yeah, this bitch probably bust your daddy windshield out, flattened his tires. You know what I'm saying? Scratched his face. You know what I'm saying? Kept you from him. You know what I'm saying? Made it seem like everything was all on you. And that happens a lot, and nobody want to talk about that. Yeah, man. I had to put myself on child support. The bitch act like she didn't want me to see the baby. I was like, bitch, I'm finna get the power. I'll punish myself, work a few overtime days just to see my baby, man. A lot of niggas ain't gonna do that, though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas ain't gonna punish themselves, and that's part of being a man. You know, you can't always have it your way. That's a feminine trait. You got to compromise. You got to compromise, man. Because you'll live to see another day when you do that, man. You always trying to have it your way, man. Somebody else trying to have it their way, it just ain't gonna work. So you get these relationships that break up, man. You got a strong, independent black woman. You got a strong alpha male. How is that gonna work? All they gonna do is butt heads. You got a homeboy, he your partner. He fall on hard times. He come live with you, man. Stay in your house, man. Now you hate the nigga. Cause you really find out this nigga nasty, this nigga junkie, this nigga got snot paper on it, man. This nigga snowing. I ain't know you snort too. Oh, and you pop here. I ain't know you did all that, G. Man, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Damn, my nigga, I thought you were my nigga, man. Niggas fall out, nigga beating, nigga might get killed. Ain't no telling, it's just wicked out here. So when you see shit like this happen, you like, damn, that's fucked up. But you ain't talking about everything that's finna be worse. It's finna get uglier, E-R. And the crazy part about that shit, man, them folks don't care. It's an opportunity to get a little money, man. You're gonna have fundraisers. You're gonna have all kind of drives, people in the community, politicians raising money, all kind of shit. You're gonna have people of the family trying to raise money. You're gonna have everybody trying to ask for some money, man. And then some of the people asking for that money gonna be scandalous with it and gonna keep that shit and not give it to the community. You know? A motherfucker never really see where the money goes when they allocate it, but you know it's going there. You know where it's going, and it ain't going to the hood, G. And it sure ain't finna go to the hood now. Straight up, you know it's finna be diverted. You know some will trickle through because you gotta fund these organizations. You gotta fund the police department. You gotta get the government money to, you know, allocate to these different agencies, man. That's gonna get cut, G. They're gonna raise the taxes, you know, to take care of the, you know, the other half. And that's what people are talking about right now. They talking about that right now, the fucking taxes being raised, man. You can't afford these taxes to be raised. You can't afford it. And that's what the Democrats gonna try to key in on. Oh, see, if you put a Republican in, he definitely gonna raise the taxes. We need to raise the taxes on the rich. Vote for me. Don't you do it. Man, Ice Cube said the most realest shit that niggas started dissing. Especially the older black community. And I know why they said it, because motherfuckers fought hard to get that right to vote. But really think about that, man. Why did you really want to get a right to vote? Because you wanted to fit in. You wanted to be included. You know, they had the Negro League baseball team. That was the best baseball team in the world, but they wanted to be in the major leagues. Why? Because they had the money and the power. You had the Globetrotters, man. They was an actual basketball team that drafted Wilt Chamberlain from Kansas.
These were real bad. Now it turned into a clown team because all the players go to the NBA because they ain't got no money in the Globetrotters like that. And the white boys ain't going to play them. And when they did play the Lakers and the Celtics, they beat them. Except the Celtics quit when the game was tied with 2 minutes left. Faulty referees. Still couldn't beat them. But see, you wanted to do the same thing in Hollywood and in the music industry. Run DMC went and said, rock this way, talk this way, just give me your kiss. Well, once that happened, once that record dropped, man, they integrated black and white into the music. You let us get in there with you, nigga. Thank you. It's over with. We're going to steal the whole narrative. Now, ain't no more positive music out there. And if it is, Negroes ain't listening to it, especially in the clubs. You don't see. Listen, I was riding around listening to gangster shit. Ain't nowhere in the hell you can tell me anybody in my hood was listening to no MC Hammer. You understand me? But guess what? This man sold more records than anybody ever at that time and was motherfucking getting it. And you couldn't say nothing bad about that. We weren't listening to it, but somebody was. So the people that was listening to it, them the people that count to them people. Because it's money. It's all about the money. You look at any female rapper today, just download their lyrics and tell me that's something you'll let your daughter listen to. It sounds good because the beat hypnotized the Negroes. They don't understand that Africans are peaceful people. When they came over there with those fire sticks, we didn't know what that was. We had spears. Pah! Whoa, that's the devil. Fire shooting out a stick? They couldn't do it to Shaka Zulu, though. And that was around the time when Thomas Jefferson was the president. He was the president that had the most slaves out of all the presidents. But Shaka Zulu had war tactics that they study to this day that they try to say that they don't study. You understand what I'm saying? But the way they tricked him is how, people. We watched the movie, watched the documentary, read the books on Shaka. They tricked him with Beijing. Yes. Give a killer some Beijing and he's a warrior. Never seen no shit like that. Make all his hair black and turn it from gray to black. He thought he was young again. It was magic. They already had a false sense of idea about these devils. So what did they get in exchange? Ways to move on the enemy. Yeah, Shaka did some flawed shit. Them was his enemies anyway, so I'm going to teach these motherfuckers how to kill them for me. They going to go over there and take over their land, colonize that area, colonize. You ain't touching nothing over here until I die. And that's what happened. Tactics, politics, trickeration. If you trick them, you can beat them. You say certain words and add one word to a sentence, it changes everything. Are there people under that water? You think it's people under that water still? I don't believe so. I don't know. He starts it with no. I don't believe so. Believe added to that sentence just changes the whole narrative of it. But by you saying no at the beginning of the sentence, that's what the human mind that is not trained will hear. We'll be satisfied. You will satisfy my soul by saying no at the beginning of a sentence. No, I don't believe so. Wait a minute. Why did you add believe into the sentence? It's very terrible. And yet and still, we don't question these guys even in the boxing world when they add words into sentences. But I'm not here for that. I want y'all to pray for Baltimore. I want y'all to pray for me. Everybody going through trauma. Everybody going through problems. Some worse than others. But we forget to pray for everybody, man. It's different now. You can't even say good morning to certain people without them looking at you like you got a booger on your face. You can't even say anything nice to anybody. When you walk into certain establishments, it used to be a smile. Now, when you walk into certain establishments, people are frowning. That's just the way it is. So when you expect something to happen that's supposed to happen and it doesn't happen, you get upset, which is natural and a human feeling, and it's nothing you can do about it but train yourself in accordance.
So I know just by the trend of this happening, this is real devastating to a city that was already financially in strength. I know by trend that this is gonna set back the black community. So just wait. It might not be this year, next year, but 10 years from now, man, that community is still gonna be in poverty. And you're gonna see it get worse and worse in every black city in America. You're not even safe in the outskirts no more. You're not safe at a gas station. If you do anything like leave your car running in Atlanta while you walk into a store, even if it's for a second, you're lame. I don't care what neighborhood you in. People lurk. And that's just the way it is, because it's hard out here, man. When something like that happens, that's devastating, man. There's no way in the world people are going to get over that right now. Let's see what they're talking about. And then, hold up, let me pause this right quick. Turn that down. And then when you hear these guys speak, right, I want you to just listen. We're going to hear this shit again. Listen to the words they say in between the sentences, man. It's crazy how y'all be missing that, man. The words in between the sentences have to be paid attention to. Because that's part of politics. They teach these guys how to talk. Just like a lawyer, it's okay for a lawyer to steal the witness sometimes. You know, police investigators try to put your homeboy under the bus, like, you know your boy over there, you know what I'm saying, talking. You know, and damn well that man probably ain't said nothing. You know, and trapping people. They try to say he trapped me. I asked him if he was the police. He said no. You know, listen to this guy.
I think it was probably within minutes of everything, less than an hour, when I know that my phone first rang. And, you know, first from the mayor of Baltimore and also from my chief of staff. And it was, we know the Key Bridge. I've ridden over the Key Bridge countless times. So many of us know the Key Bridge because it is our normal commute. This is a place that is a normal commute route for over 30,000 Marylanders every single day. And so to hear the words that the Key Bridge has collapsed, it's shocking and heartbreaking. And immediately, the first thought and the first ideas go back to what happened to the people, where are we, what was the impact on human life. But for every single one of us who are Marylanders, the words that the Key Bridge is gone, it still shakes us, because for 47 years, that's all we've known. And so this is not just unprecedented from what we're seeing and what we're looking at today. It's heartbreaking.
Governor, can you confirm that the crew on the ship alerted authorities that it lost propulsion and was in trouble?
We can confirm that the crew notified authorities of a power issue. Yes.
Or that they had lost power on the ship.
Yes.
Was there any ability to shut down the bridge? For example,
Total of 8. One rescued in hospital. One not in hospital. But this, we communicate with that person. And then 6 that we are searching for.
And all construction workers working on the platform? With all 8 of them?
Yes, they were all related to the construction project, yes.
We heard that multiple vehicles went into the water. Any word on how many vehicles went into the water and what the condition of those people that were in the vehicle?
Not at this time.
All right, we're going to shift over here. Was there any way to shut down the bridge? Was there enough time for that distress call to trigger something like that?
Now, the thing that we know is that, even as the boat was coming in, we had a ship that was coming in at 8 knots. So coming in at a very rapid speed. We do know that the investigation is currently going on. But I have to say I'm thankful for the folks who once the once the warning came up and once notification came up that there was a mayday, who literally by being able to stop cars from coming over the bridge, these people are heroes. They save lives. They save lives last night.
They saved a lot of lives. See what I'm saying? But some lives that the mayday didn't stop the cars from going on the bridge are still under that water, folks.
The focus is on rescue now, but looking forward, is there any vision for how long it could possibly take the wreckage to rebuild, how it could possibly be done? Can you look to the future ahead of all of this?
This is going to be a long-term build. It's going to be a build that's going to require every facet and every aspect of our society. It is something that I can tell you we are going to get this done. We are going to make sure that this is not just rebuilt, but that we are going to rebuild in a way that remembers the people who this tragedy has impacted, and also do it in a way that honors the community that it serves. But right now, I could not give you any more estimate on timing or cost. Right now, mine and all of our exclusive focus is we're just trying to save lives.
Can the mayor talk on the state of emergency locally, please?
Locally.
Yes, thank you. Listen, we know the governor issued a state of emergency, but we at the local level felt the need to do that too, because there may be some things that we have to encumber with our fire department and other agencies that we'll be able to pull down support for as we all work together, again, as we focus right now on saving lives and working through this unspeakable tragedy.
And they gave that man 15 seconds.
Obviously, the focus is on the rescue and the recovery, but this is such an important thoroughfare here.
That's the local. And you know, they don't really care about the local. And that's the bad part that's going to affect the Baltimore area. Shout out to everybody up there, man. You know, shout out to the Rise podcast. Shout out to Cole. I be on them niggas hard, right? Pause. I said, I hate 2024 niggas. But anyway, I be talking shit about them, man. But they be saying some crazy shit, so I got to. But, man, I feel for them boys up there, man, because I remember when that hurricane hit down here back in the day. I felt for them boys down there, Hurricane Katrina, because a lot of them niggas came to Jacksonville when the storm hit. You know, I met a lot of real niggas from down that way, man. But it's devastating, man. People lose everything. But at least this shit didn't hit the community hard. Like say if that motherfucker was a time when everybody was on that bridge, man. You know, rush hour. We'll be talking about something different, man. Like, yo, the fact that they trying to hide the fact that there's people still under that water, though, bro. That's the crazy part about the situation. And I understand, you know, just like a negotiator couldn't say no to a terrorist. It's politics, you know. Man, I want a helicopter and I want a fast car outside. Okay, listen. We're gonna work on the helicopter. And you gotta give us a little time, but give us a hostage. You know, they ain't saying no. They ain't saying yes. They saying they're gonna work on it. They're gonna work on getting a good shot. Man, don't you know that these people got money already allocated for certain projects in these cities? Even though it's not getting to the right places, but they already got money. They're gonna have to take that shit back out. Or they're gonna slow it down, cut it in half. They're gonna have to find out who's liable and see who was responsible. And once they figure that out, they're gonna drag their ass. I feel for whoever was driving that boat, bro. What you think happened, man? How you think this man lost control of this boat going 8 knots? What was he doing? What was going on? Was it a malfunction? Was it a human error? Because if it was a human error, boy, that's gonna devastate you, man. Especially all these lives, and like it's gonna be horrific if people are still trapped under that water in them cars, bro.
Baltimore, for drivers, people trying to get around, how are they going to be able to manage while that is also going on?
Yeah, so we've also already been in touch with people about alternative routes and ways people can navigate now that this tragedy has happened. I don't know if Derek, you want to speak to that as well.
Just to give you a sense of scale, roughly about 35,000 people, they use that facility. About double that use the Harbor Tunnel, and double that again use the Fort McHenry Tunnel. So basically, there's two other options. We'll make sure that we have as much personnel out there to deal with any incidents, because as you know, that can cause some backups very quickly. And we will basically have a lot of communication with different alternatives. We're also looking at transit alternatives as well.
What role will the legislature play in this response? What role will the legislature play in this response? Are there any policies, any state money that's going to be freed up?
Oh yeah, no. So we are, in fact, we have our Senate President here. We have members of the legislature here. The legislature is going to have a role in all this, as will our local elected officials, as will state officials, as will the federal government. Everybody is going to have a role in terms of how we think about the rebuild.
Governor, how long do you expect shipping to be closed down through the port? Do you have any estimate in terms of the port here?
We don't at this point.
But no ships are going in or out at this time, right?
Yeah, we don't have an estimate on timeline as of yet.
He said no ships are going in and out of the port right now. Is that right? Did he answer that? No. He says we don't have a timeline on that right now. Okay.
Our focus really is right now on just make sure we're safe.
One last question. Are currently docked at the port, are they able to get out at all or no?
I'm sorry, say it.
The ships the vessels that are currently docked at the port, are they able to get out or no?
The one that's captured under the. Is that still at port? Oh, yes, that one was still at port, yes.
One last question. What's the ship being guided out by tugs, firstly? And secondly, did you just say that it issued a mayday in enough time that you were able to stop all traffic from entering both sides, so that the only casualties we expect are the workers on the bridge?
Yes, ma'am. So the investigation is still going on, so we're going to have all the full details.
Yes, ma'am. The investigation is still going on. This lady said by them issuing a mayday, did it stop everybody from going onto the bridge except for the workers? He said, yes, ma'am, and did not answer that question, man. Come on.
And also,
hold up. Entering both sides.
Hold up.
What's the ship being guided out by tugs, firstly? And secondly, did you just say that it issued a mayday in enough time that you were able to stop all traffic from entering both sides, so that the only casualties we expect are the workers on the bridge?
Yes, ma'am. So the investigation is still going on, so we're going to have all the full details, and also all the full details about the timeline and the TikTok that took place. But we're thankful that between the mayday and the collapse, that we had officials who were able to begin to stop the flow of traffic, so more cars were not on the bridge. And I can.
There were some on the bridge, or not? Some on the bridge. There's been.
See how they go around with the politics, right? Yeah.
Of course, there have been so
bridge, and I can.
There were some on the bridge, or not?
There was some on the bridge or not.
Some on the bridge. There have been reports that have been sonar that have detected vehicles at the bottom of the water. So as well as the 8 people, there could still be people trapped inside or potentially have died in vehicles. Is that correct?
I think, well, the investigation is still going on. To find out exactly how many people in the situation. But the thing that we do know is that many of the vehicles were stopped before they got onto the bridge, which saved lives in a very, very heroic way.
So thank you all very much. Thank you.
That's it. That's enough. Yeah, of course there are lives that were saved, but that's not what she was asking about. She was asking about the lives that were lost, and that's not what they can talk about. Not right now. There had to be a official count of the bodies first to get the families, involved. A time to grieve and identify the bodies, and it's gonna be nasty identifying those bodies, because when you drown, You swell up like a balloon, boy. Like pop. I ain't never seen no motherfucker. Boy. You too young to remember them Faces of Death videos, man. Oh man, that was the thing back in the day when we was young. We used to get them Faces of Death tapes and watch that shit. How many of y'all seen the one when he was jumping out the airplane with the parachute and he was trying to steer that shit, but the motherfucker, they were in Florida, but the wind was throwing them straight to an alligator farm. And that motherfucker, they was filming that shit. It was like, oh no. Oh no, 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 steer it left. He couldn't. It's like them alligators was looking up like, man, there's a prize up there coming to us, fellas. Come on, look over here, look at this fool. He coming straight to us. And as soon as he hit the water, they wrapped him up and rolled him up in there. And the people on the camera was still filming. That's when they ain't had cell phone. They had the fucking camcorders. So, you know, they was filming that shit and they was, oh man, them alligators tore his ass up, right? But them the type of videos as kids you like to see. And now as adults, we still like anybody that had a pet snake and watched the snake eat the mouse, you have to ask yourself, why did you want to see that snake eat that mouse? That excited you. And I'm pretty sure that snake, while he eating, is like, why is this nigga watching me eat my food? Like, do you hate when people watch you eat and just sit there and watch you chew your food? Well, we sit there and watch a snake eat rodents and all kind of other shit. We feed it just to watch it. That's what we want to see. We want to see wicked shit in our minds. And this is big news, but people love to see this type of shit, man. And that's a shame. You got people in other communities smiling and laughing about this shit because they know Baltimore is a black city. I feel for the politicians, the black politicians up there too, because they gonna have a hard time as well. You know, the money gonna slow down and shit gonna get show enough low down. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all boys like, share, and subscribe. You know the vibe. Most shadow banned Negro on YouTube. I say the shit that other people don't say. Love that I say, but when they get on their channel, they try to act like what I say ain't shit. It's all good, baby. We're gonna keep on trucking. Pray for Baltimore. Pray for me, and I'm gonna pray for you. Until next time, my friends, I gotta go to work.
Now tell me, downgrade my pain, girl. You don't really wanna know how much I'm hurting, that's for sure. Yeah, judgmental niggas, man, I'm doing what I wanna, and I'm doing what I wanna, when I wanna, where I wanna, how I wanna. Cause I'm a man, I'ma do my thing, simply plain. I don't gang bang, but I will bang. I'm a grown man, I ain't gotta explain a damn thing to a nigga. I pay my dues. Real gangsters in this bitch walk around in my shoes. That's what you do. I bet you can't. I bet you ain't. I bet you won't. It's too much struggle. Yeah, I'm from the gutter. Go ask my mother.
Dr. J got me right.
You don't really wanna know how much I'm hurting, that's for sure. Now tell me, don't grade my pain, girl. You don't really wanna know how much I'm hurting, that's for sure. Now tell me, say you're hurting more than me. I think
The key bridge sinking. The bridge is gone. Holy hell.
We're right next to the key bridge.
Like, all
never ever will I let you shit on me. I'm just a clever young nigga from the street. I hate people so we judge your pain. He can take it, he a gangster, he don't feel no pain. Now my life is like a nightmare. I try to give my life to God, but the devil, he don't fight fair. Pretty women, they don't fight fair. They try to wear them.
The key bridge.
Don't get mad, cause I might stare. Just remember I'm a slight player. You know how freaky I can get. I want the pussy, cause it's right there. Know I'm wrong, and I might just go to hell for this. But that don't mean that I don't love you. Let me tell you this. Just a thought of
We're right next to the key bridge.
Turn that ass around, let the blaze start
like
stabbing you.
all them people in the
Now I lay me down. sound asleep. What? I pray the Lord my soul to keep. What? If I should die before I wait. I pray the Lord my soul to take. Wait. I don't wanna die yet. Why you wanna leave me all alone? Don't wanna cry yet. I don't wanna die yet. Why you wanna leave me all alone? Don't wanna cry yet. They say a man don't cry. That's a goddamn lie. Say a man don't cry. That's a damn lie. Don't grade my pain, girl. You don't really wanna know how much I'm hurting. That's for sure. Now tell me. Don't grade my pain, girl. You don't really wanna know how much I'm hurting. That's for sure. Yeah, judgmental niggas, man, I'm doing what I wanna, and I'm doing what I wanna, when I wanna, where I wanna, how I wanna. Cause I'm a man, I'ma do my thing, simple and plain. I don't gang bang, but I will bang. I'm a grown man, I ain't gotta explain a damn thing to a nigga. I pay my dues, real gangsters in this bitch, walk about in my shoes. That's what you do. I bet you can't, I bet you ain't, I bet you won't. It's too much struggle.